Hello, this is Dustin Hillis, Chief Strategy Officer of Tough Stump Technologies. We are here at the Tough Stump Rodeo in Montana. We are so excited to be here, and I'm going to give you guys a tour and show you around. Right over here we have demo area number 1. Earlier I was actually able to personally control a Boston Dynamic dog, and I had a Tough Stump water bottle and it picked it up and it was incredible. Right over here is demo area 2, or let's see, that's demo area 2. Demo area 1 is right here, and we'll walk over there in a minute. There's a drone in the air that is doing a scenario, and then right over here is demo area number 3. And right now we have Skydio that is doing a demo, and we're going to go observe their scenario right now. We're going to get a little bit more footage if you don't mind.
Yeah,
we were just tied up.
We were just flying around. If you give me a minute, they're actually demonstrating our anchor point, which is the georeferencing without GPS.
Okay. Can we just go over there and do that? Okay. We're going to record what you guys are doing, if that's okay. So this is the YouTube channel. So you're doing anchor points, right?
I'm doing anchor point, yes.
Okay. So here's the Skydio XD10 up in the air. Okay, let's get closer.
From referencing my offline map that I've already loaded onto the controller and where the vehicle is at in space. And so now we also have still Sqare Head, our digital terrain, will still be active with no GPS, and we created this reality of GPS on the vehicle. We can still do
Here, get a shot at the screen here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actively tracking in Scout right now using anchor point. GPS is completely off on the vehicle, but I've created that anchor point. And now if I just move the controller, I start walking. Oh, I didn't hit, okay, so there's that user. But now I have no GPS.
Have it where you can see her and the drone.
Yeah, I have no GPS on, but the vehicle is still following.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
We can also do waypoints. Waypoints will now work with GPS turned off.
So it's the same workflow, you just go to anchor points, map, set.
Yeah, so set it there, set anchor point, and then it brings you through the flow. And if for some reason you decide, oh shoot, I need to hop out of anchor point, you can only real quick. Or if you're in another skill and you set up anchor point, it will kick you out of that skill as to not conflict. So we have one. Slide this. So we can also tell it to go back. And you can tell it to fly. Go here. Fly here now, solely based on where it believes it is in space. And that angle. And you can see it on the controller, it's going to that exact point that it's set.
Right here, Mary.
So it's now, I'll slide this over. And now I'm backwards. That's my zoom. If I gimbal down, oh geez, I'm all upside down. Gimbal down, that's exactly where I set that point to look, or to go send the vehicle to. And through setting up that anchor point, we're able to do fly here now, return to home, waypoint mission, scout, you name it.
It's awesome. Can you show RTH with it?
Yeah, I can show it.
Yeah.
What is RTH?
So if it lost link, does its emergency procedures, you're a couple clicks out, it would still find its way back.
So I'll set a home point. I just have my launch point right now. So I just set my home point. We're back behind us.
Okay.
Home point is now set. Go here, turn to home. And if you return to home, it will pitch the gimbal down and look exactly at that spot. We are dead on at the home point. With vehicle GPS.
It would just land from there.
No, so when we do any type of RTX, we then command the landing. It
Okay.
doesn't return and land in the same motion.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
this is its home point above ground.
Can you show us the obstacle avoidance? Like try to run into this and show us the obstacle avoidance. That's so cool. And that was automatic. You didn't.
Nope.
You didn't
I
do
have one
anything.
stick on. That's down. Throttle or pitch forward. No hands on any other stick. We're going around. Fast forward in front of it again. Got it. Turn around it. Let's see, what's my best path? Run around the building.
That's awesome.
There's our anchor point.
Cool.
You need a catch, Miranda? Need a catch?
Of course.
So this is a catch landing.
Hey, which one's your, is that Skydio meal, is that yours?
Very cool. So what we got over here?
So on this, we're just kind of we're going to demonstrate again the Payload ICD third-party integration. This is a dropper.
Okay.
For this scenario, we have EpiPins on there. So we are going to launch it, fly it around just a little bit, and simulate, hey, in a search and rescue environment, which we're going to be doing tomorrow. Hypothetically, if you were to find somebody and you knew they needed EpiPins, maybe they're on a hill or whatever the case might be, and maybe the team that met up with them didn't have them, and we're on the ground and we got to get to the top of that peak, we can deliver critical medical aid if needed. And Skydio X10 with a dropper.
Awesome. Walk us through how you're launching too.
So yeah, this is just our standard launch. We'll just kind of clear the area. We could hand launch it if we wanted to, but just for this, it's ready to rip. And I am just going to take off. Doing its vision calibration.
So you changed it so it didn't go 10 feet on that too,
Correct.
right?
That's like a lower launch.
Yeah.
As opposed to the traditional.
That's cool.
So in this, we will stay within our little box here, but we'll fly over here, and we will simulate. We're flying in. Hey, we found our target location. We found them. And if you see here, I'm gonna go
Get
do
close.
this like, hey, we're gonna do the drop. This is medical supplies, so maybe we
where
get
you
down
can
a
see
little bit
that.
closer.
Yep.
When I tap this, it's gonna come up with a couple things. Let's say
Okay.
rescue, look down. I can tap this button.
Yep.
It automatically looks down for me.
You see that?
And instead of a push button to drop, in the event I accidentally hit something I didn't want to, I have to slide it, making sure this is exactly what I want it to do. Sliding the drop, releasing the EpiPens.
Did you get that? That's so cool.
And then we can just bring it in. have you guys here, we can demonstrate one of my favorite things. I'll have it look at us here. 3-axis gimbal, stability. Oops, sorry guys. Need to look out a little bit. So everyone can see, as I'm rocking and rolling, how stable the 3-axis gimbal is.
That's incredible. So
Now
look
that
at
is
the
like
screen
worst
while
case
it's doing
scenario
that.
rolling, but
Look how stable that is.
and I can actually get up higher and let's kind of induce, hey, we're up here, we have some heavy winds, and I'm just doing this. And the stabilization of the 3-axis gimbal. You can look at the draw, this little sun up there. Let's out of the board a little bit. But again, just showcasing how stable everything is if you looked at the drone, and you can clearly see that I'm inducing heavy
That's
flight
amazing.
characteristics.
That's so amazing. And then also from that last video, we had a little connection glitch. So this one is going to go onto the YouTube channel. Tell us a little bit about your experience here at the rodeo, like what we were talking about just earlier, and we'll have it for the demo and kind of your thoughts of being here at the Tough Stump Rodeo.
As far as
The integration and just what it's been like being here.
I mean, I can't keep hyping it up enough, but being here at the rodeo, not only is it aesthetically beautiful and here in Montana, but again, it allows us to not just sit behind a booth or stand behind a booth and talk about things. We can actually come out here and exercise the things that we talk about with end users, with people to do collaborations with other companies and things like that. It's not like a, hey, next time, or here's an email, here's my business card. We're actually doing that here and now. And again, if I say my drone can do something, I get to go show people and exercise them. As opposed to just, hey, it's on display behind a booth, which I think is the most valuable piece of all of this.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys being here, and with a couple of the integrations, earlier you were talking about things that you guys have learned or integrated since being here.
Yep.
Just share one example that you're excited about of what you guys have met and know you're going to do from the rodeo.
So from an integration standpoint, I know we kind of touched on it a little bit. Not only just, we work and partner with like Primordial.
Yep.
They have our older system for them just to come out here and say, hey guys, let's just do the same thing but with the X10 now for that to work. Reveal is out here. We've worked a lot with Reveal, but now we get to do it on the ground live and have like a live streaming version of this. And if we have any issues, what does that look like? Those are some of my favorites, I'll be honest.
I love it.
I was just with Reveal not too long ago, so to kind of capture all that, to showcase, hey, because I know a lot of people use their technology, and we are a seamless integrator with them. I won't speak on behalf of all the great work that our other engineering team has done with NetWire, but that is another huge one to showcase our flexibility across multiple ecosystems. That, here we have our Skydio, which is amazing. We have our UI, our software, everything. But, that's not just the end of the limit. We can integrate across multiple different types of ecosystems.
Love it. Thank you very much.
No, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. All right, we'll walk right over here and talk with a few more folks. But that's just one example of what we have going on here at the Tough Stump Rodeo. It's everything from drones, communication, as we talked about, Boston Dynamics robot. We also have, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. We also have some partners here that have tactical clothing, and we'll go talk with them right now. What's up, fellas?
Hey.
We got a little live YouTube action. Do
Hi.
you mind if we come say hello to you?
Yes, come on in.
Cool.
Want some chips, YouTube? This is great. Yeah, just walk off of it.
Tell us a little bit about what you guys do here.
So we are Frontline. Jim and I are a small disabled
Sorry
veteran
to interrupt.
business, and we started this business basically after our mission ended with the military, and really two different types of business here, or different verticals in this business. First off, we're a distributor. We don't make anything. So the first thing that we sell is textiles. And really where we try to focus on the textiles, like for instance, this pant right here. The big conventional army, they don't wear this type of pant. This is more of a specialized unit type pant. This is a company of Massif. They are made in Oregon. It's 100% berry compliant. They took this design from Cry Precision, where they integrated the Cry Precision knee pads into their pant. The whole entire pant, again, made in Oregon and Tennessee actually, but very compliant.
Go Vols.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I haven't been to Tennessee yet.
Oh, we got to get you out there.
I'm gonna go down there.
Yes.
But anyways, completely fire retardant pant as well. It's made out of Kevlar and Nomex, which is a really strong material, ripstop. But this is the type of quality that we have. It's unfortunately it is an expensive pant. That's why the bigger conventional forces don't use it. But a lot of the unconventional forces that we have love this pant just because it has the built-in integrated knee pad into it. Like I said, Cry Precision. But it's just this very small example of what we sell from the Seaf. The rest of the stuff like their top waffle top, like your big Arctic pant. Because a lot of our customers are in very cold weather environments. So it's kind of a niche market, right? The guys we serve are up in Minot. So this year it was negative 60 degrees.
Wow.
F.E. Warren in Cheyenne, Wyoming was negative 10 when I was there.
Yep.
And it is so cold, it'll just take it out of your body. And the greatest risk to airmen in those bases in global strike really is frostbite.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of seconds before you get frostbite, right? So big time injuries. So to them, protecting what they protect, really at the commander's intent, there is no cost to what it would take to protect a soldier from frostbite. And so they're buying the best of the best, all American made. So everything that we're doing here is all American made. Speaking of darn tough socks, all our wool socks, everything's made up in Vermont, sewn in Vermont. It's just amazing.
That is cool.
Yeah, so we try to bring that again to that special community that needs special equipment.
And I know you've been friends with Tough Stump for
Yes.
years.
Years.
What's it like being here at the rodeo? Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about the event and your thoughts on that.
I almost don't want to say it because I don't want more people coming. But I will say I would pass up a week vacation to any tropical island to be here.
Oh wow.
And I'm dead serious. This is probably the best event in my business career and military career that I've ever been to, and it's simply because you're not standing here, but simply because of the collaboration that happens here and the networking. And to be quite honest, it's a stupid saying, but it really is where the sausage is made. So the integration and collaboration here on everybody's, there's no one here is competing with each other. In fact, we're all trying to help each other, but we are competing in a bigger market once we leave these gates, right? Like we're out, people want to buy a Skydio drone or people want to buy a Nero's drone. They're all here, right?
Yep.
But when we're here, it's almost like we're all neutral and really just trying to help each other. And everybody here is mission focused. And what I've seen in other conferences is when you go to a conference, you're more worried about the outcome, right? This conference here is more worried about the approach. And if you worry about the approach, then you don't have to worry about the outcome. So the approach here is the strategy here that Tough Stump said, and Jimbo said it the best: go out and talk to people and get your hands dirty. So if you look at the method of like crawl, walk, run, right? Like simple military term, like we're gonna crawl and walk and start running at the very end. What we do here on day one, more of that crawl and then starting to walk, and then by the last day, everybody is so tuned into what everybody else is doing and really trying to push that limit, and no one here is afraid to fail. So failure here is a good thing, because when you fail, that's when you start to make corrections.
That's right.
Right? And so as we start integrating these different pieces of technology together, for instance, I'll give Sqare Head a shout out. Sqare Head, they're standing right behind us if you want to scan them real quick.
We'll go talk to them next.
Yeah.
We'll go give them a
So
shout.
it's just like a simple integration to what my customers want, and really just finding their gap. And so when we're here at Tough Stump Rodeo, a new technology partner might come in with a new piece of technology, like passive acoustic listening devices that Square Head has. And when you start talking to them and you start seeing what they're doing overseas and all that information comes back, you're talking about experience. So I'll sum it up with this. Tough Stump is a massive amount of experience and a very small amount of people in a location in the middle of nowhere. And this is where the sausage is made. I have 100% faith in the collaboration and the ingenuity, and the engineering that's going on here, and even the ingenuity, that this is going to lead to a lot of really high level things, because what we're doing here needs to be out there. It just needs to be evangelized.
Yep.
And the more we have of these, the better we're going to be able to take care of our troops. So again, it's mission. It really is the mission. It's just part of, and everybody here is part of that mission. You can see it in their eyes. So it's a fantastic event. Don't come next year, whoever's looking for me. Don't take my spot. I should be a VIP.
We're finding more and more ways to increase capacity.
Yeah.
We're actually thinking about even doing more of these per year. So we're feedback is always how we grow.
Yeah.
So a lot of these scenarios that everybody's seeing was feedback last year, like the water scenario. That was people last year just going, hey, we want to see a water scenario.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
So,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the part that is, so dynamic, and the other thing too, great word, like dynamic. This place is dynamic versus static. Like, when do you ever, as a customer, if you're talking business to business, that was yesterday. Business to consumer is today. So when does a consumer ever to come into a trade show, right, to be able to say, show me how this works,
And show me how it works without GPS.
Yeah. Well, show me how. Yeah, exactly. Like like, here we go. Like, the proof's in the pudding. So no, it's been phenomenal. We're big fans, man. Like, we love Tough Stump, and you guys are doing incredible stuff, dude. It's just
Awesome.
Incredible.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Appreciate you, brother.
Bye, everybody.
Let's go talk to these guys. Thanks again, Matt.
All right.
How do I even get over here? We just
Oh.
hop the fence?
Yeah, you can skirt this guy, and then through that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll walk over here. So the ability to just have this many people in this close proximity, like, these are some of the leaders of the industry all together. Literally, you can see how close everybody is to collaborate. And as he said, these guys have cutting edge technology to help on this one, Square Head, their drone defense. And so that's a big problem that's being solved right now, is how do you know if a drone's coming in, whether you're, a commercial building, a school, or, something that's, in the military, where you need to know what's in the air, what's coming at you. And these guys have some really cool technology, cutting edge. Fish was telling me about it, and we're gonna go talk with them. How's it going, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Justin Hillis.
Trey Hazle.
Good to
Nice
see you,
meet
Trey. We have our YouTube live going, and wanted to come and give you some love and hear what you guys are doing at Square Head. And if you could just tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we definitely appreciate being here. Appreciate you guys having us. So we're Sqare Head Technology. We're a Norwegian company, 21 years old. Today, what we have with us is...
You're a good-looking 21-year-old.
Oh, I appreciate it. I've been 21 for about 17 years now. So, what we have with us today is the Discover G2, and we can actually walk over and take a look.
We'd love to. Yeah, thank you. Here, get close, Mary. Walk, actually, if you don't mind, where you can kind of hear them. Yeah.
So we actually do have three arms within the company. We have a surveillance division, our defense line, and then also an industrial line.
Okay.
So this is our public-facing product on the defense side.
Public-facing for defense. Okay.
So, like I said, Discover G2, 3-digit number of microphones within the form factor, about 18 pounds. Obviously. Hexagonal shape, completely passive system, all on edge processing, and essentially it's a phased array. So like I said, we work on acoustics, and if you imagine each one of your ears being a microphone, your brain being a signal processor, right?
Yep.
When you hear the drone, you know where it's at because you're spatially sensing that sound.
Okay.
And so essentially we're doing the same thing, just with a lot more ears.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's listening. How far away could it hear a drone?
So that's the most common question, and honestly the hardest one to answer, because you have so many variables, right?
Yeah.
If I set this up next to a very loud noise source, it's obviously going to decrease the amount of distance.
Okay.
But in your ideal situation, we can give you multiple kilometers.
Okay. Wow. So if it was a building, let's say that this out here was a building, how many of your sensors would you need to cover, say, a building that's like a standard warehouse?
Yeah, so I would imagine, based on just your standard square footprint, we would put an array on each corner.
Yep.
And then if you had some type of environmental situation where there may be some blockage or a different area of ingress, we may set up an array that's specifically for that area as well.
Okay.
But essentially each array has just over 100-degree field of view. And so when you add them all together, you get over 365 degrees. And so you're able to cover that entire footprint.
Man, and then the larger the building, you just add more devices. So
Essentially, correct.
And they all mesh together.
They do.
Into one picture?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So you can do either live view, where you have, because each one does have a camera in the center of it.
Oh, there's a camera right there?
There is. So there's
Oh.
a camera, and then, like I say, a 3-digit number of microphones that are distributed
So
across
it's hearing
the
it
array.
and showing it to you.
It is. It
Okay.
is. And so really, we imagine the camera more for situational awareness than, say, a surveillance purpose, because again, it is behind a wind baffle. So essentially what you're going to get on your user interface is a marker where your drone is at.
Yeah.
And that's what the camera is more for, is to give you a real life view of the drone as it flies through the sky.
Okay, excellent. And then tell us a little bit about your experience being here at Tough Stump Rodeo and meeting people that you can integrate with, and also just the environment here a little bit for the people that haven't had a chance to be at the rodeo.
So this is actually my first rodeo.
And this is your first rodeo.
It is. Well, so actually I rode bulls all through high school. So it's not.
This is your first
quite,
Tough Stump
It's my
rodeo.
Tough Stump rodeo. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's been a great experience getting to meet. I mean, it's you're always in a room full of like-minded individuals, right? Where it's not so much about how can we chase the dollar or whatever. It's chasing the end result, which is keeping people alive, keeping people safe, and bringing them home.
Yep.
And so that really, it just ruminates everywhere you are here. We've met with integrators, B2B connections. It's really been a solid opportunity for us.
That's awesome. Anything that you're leaving with where you're like, wow, we have some new ideas that we're going to be able to do with those integrations?
Yeah, so we're actually now looking to work with Rodeo, where we would be able to essentially mesh these arrays beyond line of sight.
Ooh.
And, so then to protect that same footprint, now you may be able to use only 4 arrays, but they're a mile out. So you're not just protecting the footprint, you're protecting the entire surrounding area. So it kind of gives us a lot of options.
That is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so great.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Any other last thoughts or anything you'd like to say to the YouTube world about what you guys are doing here?
Yeah, so after all that said, we actually do have a new product coming out. It's the G2 Plus. So we'll be adding some additional classifiers, human voice, CRAMs, heavy vehicles, things of that nature. And I feel like one thing that we always kind of touch on is the ability to detect when there are drones in the area, right? A big thing that we're really starting to realize, and that we're seeing with the war space fatigue, the mental fatigue, is that we're also able to tell you when there isn't anything in the air, right? When there isn't anything surrounding
you can actually rest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and that's just from real life feedback that we're getting. And so, those immediate results, those tangible things, that's huge for us. So it's great to be here, and it's great to get that feedback.
And how do people find you?
So we do have a website. I'm on LinkedIn. We're all over social media. You can just Google us. We're right there. Square Head Technology.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Trey.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
thank you, Dustin.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for your partnership.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a small example. There's over 200 people here at the Tough Stump Rodeo. And I'll tell you what, it's a highlight, as you've heard from pretty much every person it's a highlight of the year for me. It's a highlight of the year for the 200 people that are in attendance. We appreciate all of our vendors that are here, all of our sponsors that are here, and all the observers. That's one group of people that we're not allowed to interview because a lot of them, they've requested not to have their recording done, but thank you for the observers that are here. And next year, if there's anybody watching this that does want to observe, we'd be glad to hear from you. Because at the end of the day, as you're hearing from all the different vendors, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the collaboration happens. And so for the end users and the people that are looking at this type of technology, this is the best place you can come to see it, to feel it, to talk to the people that are the founders, the engineers, and the teams that are here. And that's what Tough Stump is all about. Tough Stump is the integrator. If you want to know more about Tough Stump, check us out at toughstump.com. And we're always glad to help, to collaborate, whether it's tracking, training, custom software, or anything in between. We'd be glad to help you guys out, and let us know if you have any questions about the rodeo. So again, Dustin Hillis, Tough Stump Technologies, thanks for watching.